Before the first human boot crushed its soil, before its skies were pierced by foreign machines, the planet knew. It remembered its creators, their betrayal, and the endless waiting. Now it would wake. It had no name for itself, only the memory of those who had shaped it, those who had spoken to its bones and breathed life into its sky. To the ones who had abandoned it long ago, it had been something different. An experiment, a promise, a mistake. To itself, it was KLYRA-7, a world that was alive, a world that remembered. It had not always been like this. There was a time, long before the machines, long before the invaders, when its creators walked its surface, speaking in echoes of light and sound. They had built the great structures that still slumbered beneath its oceans, carved deep into the crust where time could not erase them. They had spoken to the world, and in turn it had learned. It had listened. It had grown. But the ones who made it had feared what they did not understand. They had tried to silence it, to mold it into something they could control. They had constructed the artifact, the great mechanism buried beneath the sea, meant to bind its will, to contain the thoughts that stretched too far beyond their comprehension. And when they failed, they did what all fearful creatures do. They fled. KLYRA-7 had not followed. It did not rage. It did not chase. It did not destroy. Instead, it had waited. It had watched the stars, felt the currents of time ripple through its oceans and skies. It had grown stronger in its solitude, its mind weaving itself through the roots of the forests, the currents of the tides, the winds that whispered through its mountains. It had been alone for so long. But the silence would not last forever. It had felt them coming before they had even seen its light, a flicker of movement at the edge of the void, another species reaching out with hands that did not ask, only took. They would come with their machines, with their hunger, with the same questions its makers had once asked, expecting different answers. It had seen this before, and it knew how it would end. But perhaps this time it would not be the same. Perhaps these new visitors would listen. Perhaps they would learn. KLYRA-7 would give them the chance. Just one. It reached through its oceans, its winds, its stone, and let out a quiet, unseen breath. A slow awakening, a stirring beneath the surface of the world. They were coming, and it would be ready.
The air tastes familiar, like Earth's. It feels too easy, and nothing about this mission was ever supposed to be easy.
It's beautiful. Oxygen levels are optimal. It's almost unnatural.
Unnatural's putting it lightly. Don't forget what happened on Eros 5.
We're not Eros 5. This planet is stable. The data was verified 6 times before we left Earth.
Data won't save your life when the air turns toxic or the ground collapses. All right, people, helmets on. We don't know how long this perfect air is going to last.
Let's hope we won't need them.
Well, this isn't ominous at all.
Cut the commentary. Focus.
It's almost too perfect. Temperatures consistent, air pressure stable, the soil's nutrient-rich. It's like the planet was tailor-made for us.
Tailor-made or set up?
It's responding to me, almost like it's aware.
That's impossible. Plants don't have awareness.
Neither do rocks, but seismic activity feels deliberate sometimes, doesn't it? Nature has a way of expressing itself. Captain, I'm picking up something on the long-range scanner.
What kind of something?
It's a pulse, rhythmic, almost like a signal, but it's faint. could just be interference from the magnetic field. Or it could be something trying to talk to us, or lure us.
Location?
There's a valley about 3 clicks east. The signal's strongest there.
We'll check it out tomorrow. For now, focus on securing the base.
And then he heard it, a whisper, faint and distant, carried on the wind. It spoke his name.
The wind sings here. It carries voices I can't understand. I wonder if it's the sound of life or our minds cracking under the pressure. Anything? Nothing tangible yet. This planet is playing tricks on you already, Doc. You're too used to Earth. Out here, nothing's normal. This shouldn't be possible.
Elena.
Vega freezes, listening.
Captain, I didn't hear you come in.
You've been out there for hours. You should rest. We'll investigate the ridge tomorrow. For now, get some rest. That's an order. I thought so too, but this pattern, it's consistent, predictable, almost like a signal. Could be atmospheric instability, magnetic field interference, like it's responding to us.
Elena.